Rosberg still behind. He's going to look, though. He's not actually not close enough. In fact, no! Rosberg's just crashed straight into the back of us. A Mercedes collision here. Can Rosberg make the move round the outside? Now Lewis going to try and defend it on the inside. Rosberg just about losing out to Lewis Hamilton. But that's not it. Rosberg could try and make the move round the outside of this little chicane here. Rosberg, has he done it? No, not quite. He actually backs off and lets Lewis Hamilton through. And we do. I think we're actually three abreast here, but no. Looking behind them in the mirrors, Rosberg has spun out here. Heading to Eau Rouge. Surely we're not going to make a move going into Eau Rouge here. Surely we can't be doing that. Yes, we are. What an absolutely fantastic move from Lewis Hamilton on the final lap of the Grand Prix once again. Three-point gap to Nico Rosberg in the World Championship. It is in our hands now. It is ours to lose. After all the thrills and spills of 2015, we are finally here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. It's all come down to this at the Marina circuit. The championship battle is about to kick off between Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg, both Mercedes drivers, and for the first time this season, we are leading the Drivers' Championship by a total of 3 points. And the Marina circuit should hopefully bring about some incredibly exciting races today, guys. It's going to be a tense on this finale. It's not going to be easy, obviously, from the back of the grid as per usual. And I think also we will be starting on the prime tyres as well, just to make our task that little extra trickier at the start, but perhaps it will come to our advantage towards the end. But guys, I honestly can't believe that we are already at the end of my first F1 2015 series. I sort of mentioned in the last episode, I'd like to thank you guys all for the support so far, but we are now here for race day in Abu Dhabi. Let's see how qualifying went. If Nico Rosberg is off pole position, that will help us out an absolute treat. And it does seem as if the Ferrari of Kimi Raikkonen is sitting on the front row in the pole position slot. Thank God for that. And Nico Rosberg does appear to be second, however, but hopefully Raikkonen can maintain his position into turn 1 and over the course of the opening few laps. Us, however, starting at the back behind the two-man rush. You've just got to try and get through the field as quickly as possible. Once again, obviously on the slower tyres, it's going to make our task a little bit tricky, and I think we are running a little bit extra front wing angle, so it should make the straight line speed a little less fast, let's say, compared to most cars on the grid. But you can see in front we have got the Manor Rushes and Bleeper Nazar. You can see the top 10 now. Verstappen in 7th, Maldonado very much out of position there, so hopefully he'll be able to back up the field and make our job a little bit easier when catching up the back end of the top 10. But however, if that does happen, it will allow the top 5 in the form of Massa, the two Ferraris and Rosberg to escape. So that is not ideal, really. We just got to hope for a good start and take every lap as it comes. Just not focus on the title really until the final stint of the Grand Prix. Then we'll see where we're at and we'll see if we are in with a shot of the title, obviously going into this race. As mentioned, a 3-point lead to Nico Rosberg, guys. It's been a long season, but we are ready now for the finale here in Abu Dhabi. The light is now building up. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5. And we are underway here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix one final time in this Lewis Hamilton career mode. Shifting up into 5th gear now. You can see ahead of us most of the cars on the option tyres, diving up the inside of Alonso, Nazar, and the two Marisha cars up into P16 already. Now we have Button and Perez running side by side ahead of us. Also Bottas and Sainz. Bottas a little bit further down the field than expected, but we have now overtaken Button up into P15 now. So dive on the inside of Sergio Perez into this little corner here into Sector 2 now, where Schumacher had his crash with Liuzzi back in 2010. We do not repeat that there, but hitting the back of Carlos Sainz, braking so early there because he had Bottas and Ericsson ahead of him. But now, it's been a very decent start so far, but as I say that, in fact, we get a huge snap of overset out of the exit of the hairpin, and Sergio Perez is going to be all over us here. We don't seem to be gaining too much on Carlos Sainz, although we are seem to be gaining on him quite dramatically now, actually, as I say that, so perhaps I jinx that little situation there. We do dive it up the inside of Carlos Sainz, now up into P13. Now ahead of us is Valtteri Bottas, who is also out of position here, guys, but I didn't really talk about the championship permutations at the start. Basically, we just got to beat Rosberg. That is the main thing here, and it will be very unlikely that Rosberg will finish outside the top 3, so we're not going to go all complicated there. So basically, we just got to try and get through the field and try and overtake Rosberg as soon as we possibly can. But now we're all over the back of Bottas, diving up the inside of the Williams driver, and now up into P12 out of 20. You can see the sunrise here. Daylight will be descending very, very soon towards the end of the Grand Prix, so you will be seeing that, the day-to-night transition. Now on the back of the Sauber of Marcus Ericsson, who qualified quite well, has actually done very well in this season. I think he is currently in 9th in the championship and is sort of best of the rest at the moment. But now, on to the beginning of lap 2, we seem to be have the pace advantage over Marcus Ericsson now. Shifting up to Sipka, you might even try and do it on the inside here, perhaps. Yes, we have. What a move there. Through turn 3, and now ahead of Marcus Ericsson we are. And we're only one position away from points, but what a move that was of Marcus Ericsson. Did not expect to go for that. Ericsson obviously with this Sauber just having no aerodynamic grip whatsoever, and we took full advantage of that, and now up into P11 we are. However, our straight line speed does not seem to be too great at the moment, although Grosjean is currently stuck in a battle with, can't quite tell who that is ahead of him. I do believe it is, yes, it is Nico Rosberg, the Red Bull of Danica Kvyat, and also Maldonado as we dive on the inside of Grosjean there. Slightly ambitious, but it did pay off when we are now up into the points positions here, into P10, and in fact, looking ahead on the mini-map, Nico Rosberg has taken the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which is not good for us in our championship, Charles. So Nico Rosberg is currently in pole position, obviously, but let's just hope that he cannot escape too far away from the Ferraris, and hope they can still mount, you know, a serious challenge to him. It does appear to be that way at the moment. He's not escaping too much, but now it seems that Verstappen is holding off a huge train here of Maldonado, Kvyat, Hulkenberg, and obviously ourselves behind him. Now getting a beautiful exit out of the first chicane after the long straight. We are now on the outside of Nico Hulkenberg. Obviously he is running the super soft tyres, so he should have the advantage. He's forcing us out a little bit wide here, but can we hang it on the outside to have the inside line for this next chicane? There's almost contact being made between the Force India and obviously ourselves, but we have done it round the outside there now, up into P9, and ahead of us, Verstappen and Maldonado seem to be battling out hugely here. Maldonado desperate to get past Max Verstappen. He's been holding the whole field up in these opening few laps. Maldonado and Verstappen still battling it out as we go underneath the Yas Hotel here in Abu Dhabi. Maldonado being forced out a little bit from Verstappen, being forced to back off, otherwise he would have crashed into the wall, but these guys are really holding us up here, and the leaders are escaping the top 5. Felipe Massa, you can see there on the top of your screen, Nico Rosberg setting the fast lap of the race. He is absolutely on it at the moment, but hopefully he's not escaping too much from the Ferrari. Doesn't seem to be at the moment by looking on the mini-map there. But now we need to conquer these guys as quickly as possible. Hopefully dispatch of Danica Kvyat. The more we're held up by these guys, the quicker the guys ahead, the top 5, will get away from us. So it's absolutely crucial here that we try and pass Kvyat, Maldonado and Verstappen as quickly as possible. We are now diving down the inside of Kvyat here. He seems to back off there as if I made contact with him, but I definitely did not. Just the AI being too gentle. I think that's really the only issue with the AI on this game. But now on to the end of lap 4 now. We are going to go up the inside of Maldonado. Not quite. There is just no room. Verstappen is locking up all over the place. His tyres must be getting absolutely destroyed. No wonder he's holding us up so much. He's making his tyre conditions so much worse. But Rosberg still out front, still not pulling away from the Ferrari too much. In fact, Vettel there, that's really proven that Ferrari are on the pace here today in Abu Dhabi. Vettel setting the fastest lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix so far. We're also on the pace. We are got the pace advantage here over past Maldonado, putting it down into standard fuel mixture. Maldonado just pulling away from us ever so slightly because he has that extra straight line speed. We're running a little bit of a higher front wing angle to give us a little bit of advantage into sector 3, where I felt we would have been weaker this weekend. But however, we got a beautiful run out of the exit of turn 3. Can we make the move around the outside of Maldonado here into the beginning of sector 2? Yes, we've done it once again. A fantastic move there from Hamilton, and we are now up into P7 now. Verstappen ahead of us, and I believe pit stops will be happening very soon with the leaders, the guys on the super soft tyres. We are staying out until lap 8, of course, because we are on the prime tyres. So hopefully the strategy will work out. Hopefully it'll give us a good advantage at the end, and hopefully we'll be able to close in on the front guys. But now, similar to Maldonado on the last lap, we are right on the back of Max Verstappen. We're going to try and make the move around the outside of turn 1. Can we pull it off here? What a move this will be if we can. I think we have just about. However, Verstappen is still hanging in there on the inside, but we have made the move around the outside, hanging it around the outside in fact, and Verstappen is forced to back off, and we are now up into P6. And as I mentioned earlier guys, I think the top 5 will be pitting in very soon for a set of the prime tyres, the slower tyres. So as I mentioned quite a few times before, we will have the advantage at the end. So currently we just got to put in some really quick lap times here on our out laps, or on the overcut laps here. Obviously, we'll be overcutting the rest of the field, but as you can see now, into the pit lane comes Daniel Ricciardo, and I believe also Felipe Massa and a Ferrari. I think it's currently Kimi Raikkonen and Nico Rosberg that have stayed out their extra lap. You can see now they are both into the pit lane, so this is absolutely crucial. This is our final lap now, guys. We are setting PB laps here, personal best laps, to ensure that we, minimise the gap to Nico Rosberg, because currently it's only 8.9 seconds, the gap between me and him. So it's not that big, and we've really got to put in some very quick lap times once we pit in onto the option tyres. Our outlap is going to have to be as quick as possible as we break into the pit lane now, almost hitting the wall, in fact. Very lucky not to use our front wing. I actually did check the graphic there to ensure we didn't get any damage, but Rosberg is already coming around the final corner. So we already have our work cut out, guys, but this stint is going to be the most important of the year. It literally is hammer time now. We are having to put in the quickest laps, the fast laps, and the most perfect laps of our entire Formula 1 career here. We are now down into P6, so we still have Ricciardo and Felipe Massa to conquer before we can focus on the two Ferraris and our teammate Nico Rosberg. The tension is really building up here now, guys, for an incredible finale here. 5 laps to go now, and we are now closing in on Daniel Ricciardo and Felipe Massa at quite some rate. It has all come down to this now, guys. The one final battle in this Formula 1 season, and we are in store here for an absolutely incredible climb. So we go up the inside of Daniel Ricciardo, heading now down into the Yas Hotel. A very nice, neat move at the end on Daniel Ricciardo. He did sort of prevail, backed off a little bit too easy, didn't give us much of a challenge, which is really what we need at the moment. We can't afford for Ricciardo to be catching up, or to be holding us up this much. We want to catch up with Nico Rosberg. With 4 laps to go now, guys, Rosberg is so far ahead already. I think it's around about a 10-second lead he has, which can be very difficult to close down, considering we are in essentially equal cars. We can go around the outside of Felipe Massa here, now heading into turn 5, and we've actually done it into the turn 5 and 6 chicane. We've overtaken Felipe Massa around the outside. However, we do run wide, which is holding us up even more. This is not going to plan at all so far, but Massa has come back at us, and I think Ricciardo will also have a go now, heading down into turn 8 and 9. Ricciardo pulling along to the inside, but I don't think he quite has a straight line speed advantage to overtake us. Yes, he does indeed back off. He doesn't really want to interfere with the championship fight, but Rosberg is already so far ahead, guys, with 4 laps to go. It's not over yet. As I said, it's not over until it's over, but at the moment it's looking incredibly tough, and we have quite some task to overcome here as we do finally, I think, go around the outside of Felipe Massa up into P4, and now ahead are the 2 Ferraris and Nico Rosberg, and we now have 4 laps in which to overtake 3 cars and save our World Championship season. Now onto lap 11, exactly a lap later. We are clearly on the pace right now. We are quite clearly closing in on Rosberg, Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. Here we are now, right behind Sebastian Vettel, who is running a lot slower than us at the moment. Hopefully we can try and overtake him as we head down to the Yas Hotel. Can we do it around the outside here? Surely we can't be doing that. No, we switch over to the inside line, up the inside of Vettel now. He's trying to defend it as much as he can, but it's not enough in the end. We hang him out to dry, and we are up onto the podium in P3 now, and next up is Kimi Raikkonen onto lap 12. Exactly a lap later, we are real on the pace. Just look at that lap time, a 1 minute 41.2, absolutely incredible. As we now dive up the inside of Kimi Raikkonen into P2, and next up is the man we've all been waiting to see in this race. It is Nico Rosberg. This championship battle is about to reach boiling point. Hopefully we can close on Nico Rosberg in these remaining 2 laps here at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. You can see making the move out inside of Raikkonen. Raikkonen really not getting in our way, but now onto lap 13, onto the final lap here. Look at this. We are just over a second behind Nico Rosberg. This is huge now, guys. In fact, just under a second, 9/10 of a second. We are going to follow on board with us this whole final lap. Can we win the World Championship here, guys, in this final race here, the finale in Abu Dhabi? Darkness, well, daylight has descended. Darkness is now upon us. The floodlights are beaming down the track, hopefully to see us pick up our 2nd World Championship, our 2nd consecutive World Championship here in 2015. Now, going around the hairpin, we will have DRS on our team at Nico Rosberg, but like this whole afternoon, guys, the straight line speed has not been up there, so we might have to look for some other opportunity, but it's not over yet. I'm not counting anything out. We have the DRS. Are we gaining on Nico Rosberg? Going on board with him now. We really don't seem to be gaining that much, guys. We have lost 2 cars in this Grand Prix, but that is less of all our worries at the moment. We want to be focusing on this battle here between the 2 Mercedes drivers. It has come down to the final lap of the Grand Prix, unbelievable, just like it has done on so many occasions this season, so many races. Belgium is one example I can think of, the overtaking to Eau Rouge, but this is what it's all about. This is where it counts the most, this is where it matters most. For the World Championship, look how close we are to Nico Rosberg through Sector 3, this extra front wing that we have, this extra front wing angle. This is really helping us out here through these twisty corners. Can we dive on the inside of Nico Rosberg here, heading down to the Yas Hotel? Have we done it here? Yes! We've made the move up the inside, forcing Rosberg out wide, but he's coming back, he's hit our side pod, but we are now in championship winning position here on the final lap of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Unbelievable scenes here, now heading down to the penultimate corner. We get a massive side, and Rosberg is now actually on our outside. Can he take it back around the outside of the final corner? No, he can't. We are now on the start finish straight, and we have won this World Championship. Get in there. This is what matters. 3 wins in a row. We have won the Drivers' World Championship after starting from the back of the grid at every single race. This is a fully deserved World Championship. That was an absolutely brilliant drive, guys. I'm not going to lie. This was the toughest race of the season, but I'm so glad that I have pulled this off. Lewis Hamilton doing donuts there. Now onto the podium for one final time. This was absolutely incredible, guys. I cannot tell you, as I said, how difficult this race was. Did not expect it to be this challenging, but who cares now? We have won the World Championship. The move we pulled was perhaps a little bit aggressive, but I do not give a shit. I can tell you that now. I am not going to lose out to Nico Rosberg by being a complete wuss. But oh my god, guys, this is just amazing. We have won the World Championship, I think in the end, by 10 points. Half a second it was, separating these two professional world-class drivers. Now looking at the replay here, guys, of the overtake, you can quite clearly see no contact was made with Rosberg. We forced him out wide, guys, but you're not going to get anywhere in your Formula 1 racing career if you are not aggressive and don't go for every move possible. You know what Ayrton Senna says? If you don't go for a gap that doesn't exist, you are not a racing driver. Here we go, looking at the final championship standings for one final time. 10 points to Nico Rosberg, Kimi Raikkonen finishing in 3rd, Vettel 4th, Massa in 5th, Bottas 6th, Kvyat 7th, Ricciardo 8th, Ericsson 9th, and Hulkenberg moving up to 10th ahead of Carlos Sainz, who are actually level on points. But guys, I just want to thank you so much for the support on this series throughout the duration of it. I am so appreciative. Honestly, you guys have been amazing with this series ever since it began back in July. I honestly can't thank you enough. This has been by far the most successful series I have ever done on YouTube, and really, I only have you guys to thank for that. So please, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like on it, subscribe if you're new to the channel for more career modes just like this, and hopefully just an exciting finale. And yeah, guys, leave your comments down below. Enjoy these highlights from our season. Goodbye. Here we are now, starting at the back of the grid for our first race here in Melbourne, Australia. And the lights are out, and away we go here for the Australian Grand Prix. 3 abreast here, and as Grosjean's crashed in front of us. He's sliding across track, going into chicane. No! We've been taken out from that. We just couldn't avoid that incident. Now heading down to turn 1, Kimi potentially make a move up into the lead here. Kimi Raikkonen moves over to give us room. Now heading down to turn 1, Kimi Raikkonen spun out. No, Kimi Raikkonen spun out into the wall. He's lost his front wing. Going into the back here. Let's see what we can do. In fact, Raikkonen's got the inside wall. He's almost spun out there. I think we may have made that move stick. Let's go on board now with Hamilton. Now on board with Raikkonen. Yes, we've made that move stick. Yes, we have. We are up into P6, and Ericsson finishing in 3rd. And what a crazy end to the Grand Prix here, guys. We might even try to overtake both Bottas, Raikkonen and Vettel. We're going to go 3 wide here. Now heading down into turn 4. Can we overtake all 3 of them here? Yes, we have. We are up into the lead of the Brazilian Grand Prix. What an overtake. Rosberg's still behind. He's going to look. No, he's not close enough. In fact, no. Rosberg's just crashed straight to the back of us. A Mercedes collision here. We have one final opportunity to overtake Sebastian Vettel for a podium here in front of our home fans at the British Grand Prix. Can we do that? Up in the inside of Stone. Yes, we have done that. Up into 3rd place. Absolutely phenomenal drive. Heading to Eau Rouge. Surely we're not going to make a move going into Eau Rouge here. Surely we can't be doing that. Yes, we are. What an absolutely fantastic move from Lewis Hamilton on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Once again, more final lap battling, more final lap action here in this series. It just never fails to disappoint ever. Heading down to the Yas Hotel. Have we done it here? Yes! We've made the move up the inside, forcing Rosberg out wide. Now on the start finish straight, and we have won this World Championship. Get in there!